Hey y'all, I'm back to the book. Don't believe everything you think. So, I'm going to start by letting you guys know what the book entails. So, the back of the book tell you everything that you're going to learn reading this book. So, what it says is you'll discover the root causes of all psychological and emotional suffering and how to end it. How to become unaffected by negative thoughts and feelings. How to experience unconditional love, peace, joy in the present, no matter what our external joy in the present. What? No matter what no matter what our external circumstances look like. How to instantly create a new experience of life if you don't like the one you're in right now. How to break free from a negative thought loop when we inevitably, I can never say that word right, but y'all know what I'm trying to say, get caught in one. How to let go of anxiety, self-doubt, self-sabotage, and any self-destructive habits. How to effortlessly create from a state of abundance, flow, and ease. How to develop the superpower of being okay with not knowing in uncertainty. How to access your intuition, and how to access inner wisdom that goes beyond the limitations of thinking. So all of that is basically what this book is teaching and telling you and talking about, okay? Yeah. This book offers a completely new paradigm and understanding of where our human experience comes from, allowing us to end our own suffering and create how we want to feel at any moment, period. Okay, let's get into this chapter 2. Chapter 2, the root cause of suffering. And then it has a little quote up here. One who looks around him is intelligent. One who looks within himself is wise. By Matashona Deliweo. So chapter 2, we live in a world of thought, not reality. Cindy Banks once said, thought is not reality, yet it is through thought that our realities are created. Each of us lives through our own perceptions of the world, which are vastly different from the person right next to us. An example of this is that you could be sitting in a coffee shop having a quarter life existential crisis, completely stressed out of your mind, and how you have no idea what you're doing with your life when it seems like everyone else has theirs together, while the person next to you is happily enjoying their fresh brewed drink while peacefully people watching. You are both in the same coffee shop, smelling the same aroma, surrounded by the same strangers, but how the world looks to both of you couldn't be more different. Many of us go through the same events or in the same exact many of us go through the same events or are in the same exact location at the same time, yet having completely different experiences in the world. I always think about that. I forgot it's like a name for that. Like we're all outside, right? I forgot what they call it. I have to look it up. I wish I could fucking tell you what it's called right now in the video. But it was basically saying, like, you know how all the cars is on the road, everybody out, everybody doing everything, and we don't really realize that everybody else have their own individual separate life. Like, you're going one way, they're going one way. You might be going to the bank, they might be going to a funeral. Like, everybody is we're living the same life but in different realities. So that kind of made me think about that. You know, you can be in the same location as somebody and you guys got completely different emotions, thoughts, experiences going on. So anyway, here's another example of how we live in the world of thought and not reality. If you walk up to 100 different people and ask each of them what money means to them, how many different answers do you think you'll get? Close to 100 different answers. Money Money is technically the same thing, but it means something different to each person. Money could mean time, freedom, opportunity, security, peace of mind, or it could mean evil, greed, and the reason why people commit crimes. For now, I'm not going to get into which one is right or wrong. Hint, there is no right or wrong answer, but that's for a different chapter. Another illustration of this concept is as follow. If you survey 100 different people and ask each of them what they think of our current president, how many different answers do you think you'll get? Even though it's the same person we're talking about, we will get hundreds of different answers because most people live in their own thoughts and perceptions of the world. The meaning or thinking we give an event determines how we ultimately feel about it. That meaning or thinking is the filter through which we see life from then on. Because of this, we live through a perception of reality and not in reality itself. Reality is the event happened. Reality is that the event happened with no meaning, thinking, or interpretation of it. Any meaning or thinking we give the event is on us. That is how our perception of reality is created. This is how our experience of life is created from the inside out. It's not about the events that happen in our lives, but our interpretation of them, which causes us to feel good or bad about something. This is how people in third world countries can be happier than people in first world countries, and people in first world countries can be more miserable than people in third world countries. Our feelings do not come from external events, but from our own thinking about the events. Therefore, we can only ever feel what we are thinking. Let's hypothetically say that you really hate your job and it causes an enormous amount of stress, anxiety, and frustration. It pains you even to set foot in the building where you work, and just thinking about your job makes you furious. When you are thinking about your job, you are sitting on a sofa with your family watching a TV show together, but you are foaming at the thought of your job. Everyone else is having a good time except you. At this moment, everyone else in your family is having a different experience of life than you. Even though the same event is happening, just the thought of work created a whole different perception of reality. Even though you're not physically at work, if it were true, the external events causes us to feel the way we feel inside. Then you should be happy. Then you should be a happy camper in your living room, watching a funny TV show with your family every single time you do this activity. But that's not the case. Now you may be saying that you are only feeling this way because of external events. Your job is causing you to feel stressed and anxious. So that I'll ask the question, is it absolutely true that every single person feels the exact same way about the job they're working in? Two different people can do the same job but will have completely different experiences. That is so true. It can be the most amazing experience and dream job for one person, but for another person be the worst nightmare and living hell. The only difference between one person and the other is how they think about the job, which determines how they ultimately feel about it. Let's return to your original scenario, hypothetically hating your job. Remember how much stress, anxiety, and frustration it causes you when you think about it? Let's do a quick thought experiment and about that by answering the questions below. Who would you be without the thought that you hated your job? Well, I don't work anymore. I kind of hated all of it after a while. I mean, I just felt like I had too much gifts and talents, and um, I'm just too big of a person to be working for the next person. I bring so much into a job besides the skills that they require. I'm bringing so much energy into that shit to where I'm just like, no, I can put that into my own workings. But yeah, it asks you that. So as the reader of the book, you're supposed to answer that. It says, take 1 minute to see what comes up for you and don't move until you do that. If you don't overthink it and you truly let the answer surface from within you without the thought, you will most likely feel happy, peaceful, and light. Without our unusual thinking about the particular event of things, our experience of it is completely altered. The time is about to run out, you guys. I'm not gonna keep making videos about the book, but I really, really hope someone gets it or read it. See if the audio was on YouTube or something like that. This is a really amazing, amazing, amazing book, and it's very therapeutic for me. I'm going to continue to read it until I'm tired of reading. Probably won't finish the whole book today, but shit, I might finish the whole book today. I have nothing else to do but take a bubble bath and deal with Chosen. Wait for my little ones to get home. I ordered pizza for them to eat, so I don't have to cook. How apartment is clean, so I probably will read the whole book. I'm gonna dedicate that to myself and read this book today. Ah, I love it. No, bye, you guys. Mwah.